Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am sharing with you some 4th of July side dish ideas. These are just some ideas I thought would be good to bring with you to your 4th of July get-togethers coming up over the weekend, or for the actual 4th of July whenever you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate. These ideas are just good side dishes that you can make for your family, for just a meal, a dinner, your own little just family get-together. And I know with summer, there's always get-togethers happening, camping trips and different get-togethers for all kinds of stuff. I know it seems kind of far away now, but the end of summer's coming up and we got Labor Day. And then, of course, then we're getting into the fall football season. So these would work for anything. I just have the 4th of July in mind for them, just because the 4th of July is right around the corner. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoy these recipe ideas, and I hope you'll give them a try. And let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so I'm making pepperoni pizza crescent rolls, and to get started you're going to preheat your oven to 375. You are then going to want to combine 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of oregano, and 1 teaspoon of basil in a small bowl. Next, you are going to want to beat 1 egg in a small bowl. You are then going to want to take your crescent roll from out of the packaging and lay them out onto a cookie sheet. And for this recipe, you are going to need 2 rolls of the crescent rolls. And so to get started with this, like I said, lay it out on your baking sheet, take them apart here, and then we are going to take a mozzarella stick here and we're going to cut it in half, and we're going to do a half of a mozzarella stick on the widest end of each one of these crescent rolls. So as you can see, I have the mozzarella stick on the widest end, and then I'm also going to place some pepperonis along the whole surface of the crescent rolls, and I'm going to kind of overlap them. And then this is also the time where if you want to jazz these up a bit and add some ground beef, bacon, some peppers, whatever kind of ingredients that you like on your pizza, this would be the time where you'd add this to your crescent roll. And you're not going to want to add a whole bunch of it, but just a little light sprinkling of all the ingredients that you like. My kids, which is who I'm making these for, are only going to like pepperoni, and I'm actually going to make a couple without pepperoni and just the cheese, because I have a child who doesn't even like the pepperoni. So that is the little party that I'm making these for. But for your get-together or gathering or family or whatever, it's whatever pizza toppings you prefer. Alright, so I placed the pepperonis on here. Now I'm going to start at the widest end and roll them up to the narrowest end. Alright, so I have my second roll started here. Like I said, I'm just leaving a couple plain cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and get these rolled up. Next, you're going to place them all onto your ungreased cookie sheet. And then you are going to want to sprinkle them with the seasoning and then brush them with the egg. Now I have gotten them all brushed with the egg. So I am going to put them into my preheated oven, which again, it's set to 375, and I'm going to bake them for 15 minutes or until they are golden brown. Alright, so I just pulled these out of the oven. Mine did not need the 15 minutes. Mine only needed 10. So this is how they came out of the oven, and then you're going to want to sprinkle them with some grated Parmesan cheese, and then you can serve them with pizza sauce or marinara sauce. And here they are with some of the grated Parmesan cheese and some marinara sauce for dipping. So like I said, these would be great to bring to any get-together. Of course, I am thinking 4th of July since that is right around the corner here. But of course, you could bring these to any get-together. You could serve them as a fun dinner for the family or for yourself, whatever. But just one idea for you guys. All right, so for this next recipe, I am making a red, white, and blue fruit salad. And to make this, you're going to need 16 ounces of strawberries cleaned and halved, 1 pint of blueberries rinsed, and then 3 bananas sliced thick. So next, in a small bowl, you are going to want to whisk together 1/8 of a cup of honey and 1 lime juiced. And once this is all whisked together, you're going to want to drizzle the honey and lime glaze over the fruit and then stir slightly to coat. All right, so I have stirred my fruit together here now, so it is all combined and layered with that honey and lime glaze, and you can go ahead and serve this right away, or you can store it in the fridge for a little while and serve it cold, however you'd like to do it. I myself think it would be best sitting in the fridge for a while, marinating in that glaze, cold fruit. But however you'd like to serve it and bring it to your 4th of July get-together, or that you'd like to just make for your family or for any other get-together. But this is fun since it is that red, white, and blue. So hopefully you guys enjoy. All right, so for this next recipe, I am making a Fritos corn salad. And to get started with this recipe, in a large bowl, you are going to want to mix together 2 cans of whole kernel corn drained, 1 red bell pepper finely diced, 2 cups of Mexican style shredded cheese, 1 cup of mayo, and then 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper.
You say that something's got to give. You say it's one way to live. Yet you sit and wait for better days. I think we must push through the gray. Hold me closer than the wind. Let me be the orchid. Have me every second, and we'll be the orchid. Oh, earth spins, seeds grow and people go. Yes, things end to start again. You and me, oh, that's the charm, not the harm. Baby, I believe, oh, hold me closer than the wind. Let me be the orchid. Oh, have me every second, and we'll be the
So then once you have this all added to the bowl and mixed together well, right before you serve it, you're going to want to add a bag of chili cheese Fritos, and the size is 9¼ ounces of a bag, and you'll just lightly crush these up a little bit and add them and mix them into your salad. If you're bringing it to your 4th of July get-together or any other get-together. So then while you're waiting to add your Fritos, you'll just want to refrigerate it. And then, like I said, just add these right before you serve them, because as they sit, you probably have guessed that they might get soggy after a while. So you want them to be as fresh as possible in your salad when you serve it to your guests. And in my case, and possibly in yours, if you're just going to make this maybe for your family or whatever, I'm just going to store this in a refrigerator, and then I'll have these on hand. And then as I serve this up to my family, I'll just add these individually to their servings, so that way the leftovers can still stay good and we can eat on this for a few days, because we won't eat all of this all at once since we're not having like a big get together at our house. It's just us eating it. So anyways, just a few options for you depending on how you're serving this, if it's for a big crowd or just your smaller family or whatever. That is the salad, and that is what Frito corn salad is. All right, now on to the next recipe. I am going to be making easy jalapeno popper bites. And to get started with this recipe, the ingredients that you are going to need is 8 ounces of cream cheese softened, 3 to 4 green onions thinly sliced, 2 jalapenos seeded and diced, 8 slices of bacon cooked and crumbled, 8 ounces of pepper jack cheese shredded, and 4 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese shredded, and then some tortilla scoops. All right, so you're first going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Next, you're going to want to line a baking sheet with some parchment paper and set that aside. All right, so the next step is you're going to want a medium bowl, and you're going to want to stir together your cream cheese, your green onions, your jalapenos, bacon, pepper jack cheese, and your sharp cheddar cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and start by prepping some of this stuff so I can mix it into my bowl. I already got my bacon prepped. I had cooked this and crumbled this earlier. And just a note, because some of my bacon was crispier than other pieces, it's going to be easier and better off if you cook your bacon a little bit crispier. So just a note on that. So my bacon's already prepped, but I still need to cut up my green onions and my jalapenos, and then I do need to shred up my pepper jack cheese, and then I should be set to go.
You're like a river in the dark. You stare me right, you lit the spark. And I can feel you tearing down every wall. Come one, come all. You're like an early morning breeze. Your soft red lips and gentle tease. You must have been sent just for me. Come one, come all. Just when I need you, you set sail and navigate. But when I need you, you lift me up till we levitate. You're mesmerizing, hypnotizing. My eyes are set on you. Through the fields of young romance,
All right, so here's my mixture. I just changed a few things because as I was adding it, I felt like it was getting to be too much. And the recipe did say you can obviously add or take things away depending on your preferences. So anyways, I did do all 8 ounces of the cream cheese, and then it said 3 to 4 green onions. My green onions were pretty big, so I don't know what I ended up doing. Maybe just about 2, maybe. I'm not sure. I just kind of eyeballed as much as I thought my family would tolerate. And then I ended up just doing 1 jalapeno. I just thought that 2 would have been a little bit too much. And then I did do all 8 slices of the bacon. And then I didn't do all 8 ounces of the pepper jack cheese either. I ended up only doing maybe about 4 ounces. And then I didn't do 4 ounces of the sharp cheddar cheese. I only did just maybe like a handful of it. So I maybe just did like a quarter of that 4 ounces. Maybe I just did 2. So anyways, just because I don't really like sharp cheddar that much, so I didn't do as much of that. So anyways, I have this all mixed together. So now you're going to want to scoop about a teaspoon of this filling into each one of your tortilla scoops. So I will share that with you in just a second here. All right, so what I did was I laid my scoops out on my prepared baking sheet, and then I just took a teaspoon, like my actual teaspoon measure here, and I just scooped a teaspoon of my filling into each one of my scoops. And so this recipe, just for, note to self, this calls for 48 tortilla scoops. So depending on, your party, who you're preparing this for, you'll want to fill up this baking sheet and possibly another baking sheet, however many you need, to get 48 scoops on here. But for me, just for this video, I'm just doing a few because we're not going to be eating 48 of them right now. And then a note on that as well is the cream cheese mixture that you made. You can store that in the fridge up to 2 days before you actually prepare it with these tortilla scoops. So if you want to make the cream cheese mixture ahead of time and then the day of your get together, get them all your mixture scooped into your scoops, and then serve them, you could do it that way as well. So anyways, just a couple notes there. So anyways, however you decide to do this, once you have your scoops filled with the cream cheese mixture, you're going to want to bake it in your preheated oven at 350 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes, or just until your filling is bubbly and your cheese is melted. And you do not want to overbake these, so keep a good eye on them. This recipe says 8 minutes, so I'm going to probably be checking them closer to like 6 minutes. So I'm going to throw these in, and then I'll share with you what they look like once they're done. All right, so here's how mine came out. Mine took 8 minutes, and the cheese started to melt, started to get bubbly. A couple of them may have needed another minute, but this is how they look. And then you can just serve them like this and enjoy it. And then, like I said, you can make as many or as little as you want and just save the filling, and then make them on another day. All right, so for my next and final recipe that I'm sharing with you guys, I am making a BLT pasta salad. And to make this salad, you are going to want to cook 1 pound of medium-sized pasta. So I have cooked mine here. This is the pasta that I am using. So I've already done that. And then next, you are going to want to make some toasted breadcrumbs. And to do that, you're just going to need a loaf of bread, and I'm going to cut about 8 inches of this bread, and I'm going to tear it apart into pieces and put it into this food processor until it makes small to medium breadcrumbs. And then I'm going to put them into a bowl and add some melted butter in there. All right, so I'm gonna have to do this in sections. So I just tore some pieces off of the bread here, put it into my food processor, and then I'm gonna chop it up. All right, so while I was chopping up all of that bread in my food processor, I started rereading over my instructions, the recipe, and it only says you need a cup of breadcrumbs, so I'm not sure why it tells you to cut up and chop up so much bread. So anyways, I took my bread and I just measured out a cup, or just a little over a cup, and I put it into a bowl, and then it says to take 2 tablespoons of butter, and you can do salted or unsalted, and then melt it, and then add the melted butter to your breadcrumbs, and then just mix it together till it's all incorporated. And then you're going to want to lay it out onto a baking sheet, which I have over here. Oh, I should spray it. Lay it out onto a baking sheet, and then you're going to want to bake and toast your breadcrumbs at 350 degrees, and you're just going to kind of want to keep an eye on it and watch it to see how toasted you would like it. It's kind of a preference thing, I guess. If you like your breadcrumbs a little toastier or a little less toastier, kind of keep an eye on them. But they do say in here for about 10 to 15 minutes. So somewhere around there, depending on your preference. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape out the rest of this bowl, add them to this pan, spread them out a bit, and get these toasted. All right, so I got them all spread out here on my pan. I'm just waiting for my oven to preheat, and then I'll throw them in the oven. And here is my toasted breadcrumbs now all toasted up out of the oven. Next, I just have some bacon. I have about 12 slices of bacon here that I just kind of chopped up. And then I also have 2.5 cups of green leaf lettuce, 2.5 cups of iceberg lettuce chopped up in this bowl. And then I also have, this is over a cup, but you're gonna need 1 cup of cherry tomatoes washed and halved. All right, so now that we have all of our salad ingredients together, we're now gonna make kind of like the dressing, I guess you'd call it, for the salad. And to make that, you're gonna need 1/4 cup of mayo, 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, 1/4 teaspoon of sweet paprika, which I could never find sweet paprika, but I believe smoked paprika is more of a sweet paprika, so that's what I used. And then you're going to need 2 teaspoons of sugar, and then 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and you're going to mix all of this together. In a large bowl, you're then going to want to take your cooked pasta, 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs, and you want to save the other half for when you're serving, because you'll just kind of sprinkle some on top. And then you're going to want to do your bacon, and also reserve half of your bacon for when you serve it to sprinkle on top to make it look pretty. If you don't want to do that, just add it all in there. And then you'll want to add in your lettuce, and then you're going to want to add in your tomato and your mayo and toss it all to mix it all together. And then you're going to want to refrigerate it. And then right before serving, you are going to want to give it another good mixing. If you need to add just a little bit of water, just like a tablespoon at a time, I reserved some of my pasta water. That's also a good option. And like I said, just do like a tablespoon of just like plain water, or a tablespoon of your pasta water, just to kind of revive up that pasta and stuff after it's been sitting in the fridge. You can do that, and then you'll just sprinkle on your remaining breadcrumbs if you'd like, and bacon. Otherwise, like I said, if you want to just mix it all together, it'll still look nice. Just the recipe says to do that. But anyways, then that's it. You can, after you refrigerate it, you serve and enjoy with your 4th of July get-together, or with your family, or however you are making this, any occasion you're making this for, then you can enjoy. All right, so here is my salad all mixed together. I actually ended up doubling that dressing recipe because I just felt like it was still a little dry. And I feel like I could even add, like I could triple the recipe even, because it still feels maybe a little dry, and maybe that's how the salad is supposed to be, but I am just going to stop there. I'm going to refrigerate it, and then later I will share it with my family, and we will enjoy this BLT pasta salad. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap up this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye.